right, September 2023 power rankings. I put this together. I think I did a good job. We'll see what I screwed up. It's always something, but hopefully I did okay. My excuse in advance for whatever it was or will be is our landlord hasn't fixed our cooling, and I am burning up here. Anyhow, September 2023 power rankings. September shouldn't be this warm. Anyway, let's get to it. What happened this month? We had TTAC as the main event. Balance of Power finished. Survivor also finished. Both of them a bit anticlimactically, but last month had so much going on. Maybe good to get a little cool down here. And we had some GBs and a chat tournament, and yeah, this looks a lot more like a normal month, where a bunch of people that got one result, even one good result, like a second place, don't necessarily make the list, and it's a little back heavy, events that mostly happened in prior months, but you got to credit them some point, and I haven't done so yet, and they finished, and that's when I do the credit. So let's get to it. And in 10th, there it is. All right, let's hope this is the only mistake I made. I didn't write the numbers. Let's hope I counted properly. 10th, we have Sir Smokes. He came third in Balance of Power, and if CT47 had finished, Smokes would be higher. Third is obviously really good. It obviously feels a little weird to rate things that mostly didn't happen in this period, but third is really good. I went with people who either finished a little higher or had more than one result. But you could certainly argue he should be reasonably higher. However, if we compare to Deagle, not quite as far run in Balance of Power, but top six, as well as having two top four results in TTN, I'm going to start using these asterisks, especially as TTN drops in activity, or if there is activity drops, to denote when someone finishes top four with a score that is sub going 5-5 in all your games. Because you still came fourth, fifth, and you still deserve some points here, but I want to give less points there, or a little less credit. But still, two top four finishes, along with a really nice run in a major, a TTN major, is a really nice showing by Sir Deagle. I think this is his first appearance on the leaderboard, and very well deserved. This is obviously a very nice showing. In eighth, we have Delial. He was a runner up, but with a score that's one of the top 10 scores in GBs we've seen, right? A 120 plus score. I think there's been around 10 120s. So this to me looks like not just a win, but a good win in a GB. It just happened to be one where someone else scored higher. And third in GB 56, that's our eighth placer, Delial. In seventh, we have Selder. So if we compare to Smokes, third is obviously better than fourth in Balance of Power, but you add in a nice result somewhere else. And I really do try to reward activity here, so getting that second very good result makes a big difference for me. I think that's seventh, I said. So sixth, we have Chickeny, winner of Survivor 2. Doesn't play much else, but a title is always, except for last month, is always going to get you into the top 10 and usually into the top 6 or 7. And I think it does so here. In fifth, we have Ray Emanator, who notably did not play at all this month, but with two events closing, and both events I wanted to give a real amount of credit to because they involved quite a lot of games over a long period of time in open or semi-open, depending, TTN. So I think this does come out to fifth, but you could do a lot of mixing up of fifth through 10th and come up with a reasonable order. This is just the one I did. I think the top four is quite clear. You could definitely quibble with order. To start our top four, I think, assuming we've counted right, I'm not missing someone. Yeah, okay, this should be right. So fourth, we have Akiyama, who has a icon run in Balance of Power, also won 2 events, and came second in another event that I'm giving, more credit to than I do for like a GB. He also won the only chat tournament that finished this month. I tend to, weight chat tournaments higher. So, really nice month for Akiyama. One of, I think, 2 people to win 2 events, or maybe 3. Just the others in my top 3 racked up a whole bunch more results. First among them, we have Turds, who also had a 120 plus score in a GB and won it. Came second in another 2, third in another one, fourth in another 2, once with a score sub median, and semis in another result, or sub mean. But, this just seemed to me there's one title, but it's a really good title. 120 plus score again. I'm giving significant credit there when someone scores really absurdly in a GB. And then how many other top fours is it? One, two, three, four, five, six top four, not including the win. So seven top fours this month in a month where there weren't that many tournaments. That's basically top fouring everything, right? I mean, you can see it here. GB 56, 57, CT 46. I think it's I think the only thing he didn't top four is TTM GB 13. No, sorry, TTM GB 12. I think that is the only event this month besides kind of Survivor and Balance of Power he wasn't in. Um, but basically top four at every event he possibly could. And that gets you top three. In second, we have Vid. Like Akiyama, he won two events. I think it's the top end of his resume is a little weaker. I think the two events he won are worth a little less, but he also has three extra top threes to go with it, and that was enough to push him ahead of Akiyama. And his two titles combined with having, five top fours to compete with Turds' seven, with an extra win, with a good run and balance of power, was enough for me to put him just ahead of Turds. But you certainly could flip these two. And our winner this month, the first time this player has been our player of the month, is, drumroll please, Yevon, who won Balance of Power. Now, Yevon, as we'll see when we get to the yearly rankings, is always a very good performer here, but he wins Balance of Power, he wins a TTMGB. That's already, like, he took two tournaments, including a major, but he has one, two, three, four, five more top fours, not including those. So yeah, Yevon was pretty easy pick here, given the TTN major, but he really did rack up the results, right? Like, if he had like three or four of these results, including the Balance of Power win and the second win, like he maybe sneaks into first. But this, he's comfortably taking first. And I think this is a really nice finish for Yevon, and I'm really glad to see him win a Player of the Month. I think he really earned this one. So let's look at some other things. The following stats I may or may not have updated for the current month of September. I believe I did. I believe I did that, 10 minutes ago. So hopefully I didn't screw it up. If September is included, this is out of 24 months that I've been doing this, 2 years that we've been doing power rankings, and it is included, so it is 24 months, 2 years of power rankings. Over those 2 years, the most player of the months, we have Reiminator, Tezuka, Yevon, and Zoom have each won one player of the month. Piggyman and Was Up have each won two players of the month. Akiyama has won 3, Turds has won 5, and Delial has won 8, meaning Delial has been my player of the month 1 out of every 3 months that happen, which is pretty insane. And then Turds and Akiyama combine to have also won it a third of months that have happened. So Delial, Turds, and Akiyama have been the winners of 2/3 of months that have happened. Quite a remarkable achievement from those three. If we look at most months in the top 3, Turds actually passes Delial. Turds has finished top 3 more often. Delial is clear second, Akiyama is clear third, and then there's a drop off. I sneak in at fourth, then there's Vid, and Raya got there despite not being there for that big a chunk of this time. He had a ton of top 3 finishes while he was active. Yeah, and credit to everyone who's listed here. This is a difficult thing to do, especially when those 3 hogs, Turds, Delial, and Akiyama, are hogging up all the top spots so regularly, right? There's been 24 months, so 72 available spots in the top 3, and they have taken up 38 of them. Those 3 players have taken up over half the spots in the top 3 that have happened over 2 years. Ridiculous. And months in the top 10, this time Delial takes the lead. Delial has been in the top 10 every single month that it has happened. Turds has missed twice, Akiyama has missed 4 times, and Yevon, our new Player of the Month winner, has only missed 8 times. He's been a very steady, strong performer. And you can look down the list and see everyone who has made a list so far. This was indeed Sir Deagle's first time. It's possible I screwed up some counts here, but, this looks about right. For our Player of the Year race, sorry, just quickly skimming if this looks right to me. It does look right to me. For our Player of the Year race, Turds caught up a bit. We have Delial still in the lead at 91, but Turds pulls within, If Turds gets a player of the month and Dully doesn't play much and finishes towards the bottom of the top 10, Turds could catch up, right? Turds is now near hitting range with 3 months to go, though if Delial, and you never know what's going on with someone's life, if he's active, he presumably does close this out. Reye is in third, presumably, not going to be adding to his current score, but given that he played basically half the year and then stopped, this is a remarkable score. Akiyama in fourth, probably favorite to finish top three, though Vid has come on strong and did finish ahead of him this month while both were active. Yevon is in sixth. He was lower than this. He passes both Selder and Addy to move up into sixth. Selder seventh, Addy eighth, Zoom ninth. And I didn't actually check everyone below me. Maybe Chickeny passed me, but I don't think Chickeny has played enough, so I think I'm still 10th. But at some point, I'll be booted from the list. And yeah, that's a very strong top group there, and I think all players very deserving. So that's what we got for this week. This month's player of the month. Player of the months are about months, not weeks. Fun fact. And yeah, I'll keep updating next month. I have a huge backlog of videos, and whenever I have a huge backlog of videos that I've loaded into YouTube and set to go, I kind of lose track of recording more because I just know it'll go for a while, and I get a little out of touch with TTA. But I hope, you know, soon to catch up. I hope to catch more TTAC games. I've caught a few things, but not near as much as I'd have liked. And I hope as we enter the quarterfinals that I can catch more live and see what's going on because it's a really exciting tournament. Yeah, we'll stop here.